First and goal, Notre Dame. 5:25 to go first quarter. Opening possession of the national championship. Notre Dame position at the Buckeye 1. Leonard, shotgun snap, up the middle, angles left, he's in! Touchdown Irish! The Riley Leonard drive ends with a touchdown. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Statement made by the Irish. Now Thomas goes in motion left to right. Drive number 2 getting underway for Notre Dame as Thomas joins the line. Leonard takes the snap, hands off Jeremiah Love, breaks out of a tackle going left. He's across the 10, 15, 20, down the sideline, 30, 40, turns on the afterburners, 40, 30, Love still going, 20, 10, 90, 8-yard touchdown! Jeremiah Love all the way! He has scored in all 13 games, and the Irish strike first in the college football playoff.
It's very important.
Tyler White, the redshirt sophomore punter, stands in for Texas A&M. Jordan Faison positioned back at the Irish 22 to return for Notre Dame. Here's the snap, punts away, Notre Dame blocks it. It's rolling inside the 20. The Irish pick it up and score. Touchdown Notre Dame. Unbelievable! Tay Johnson, the safety, scoops it up on the Logan Thomas block, and Notre Dame, less than 2 minutes in, scores a touchdown on special teams. Wow! Second and goal from the 8. Now Raritan in motion. Here's the snap to Carr, looking to pass. Check down Love in the flat left. Makes a spin move at the 5 and scores. He is unbelievable. The wherewithal to make that move immediately after catching the football and take it to the house. 8-yard touchdown, Jeremiah Love through the air. 14-10 Irish. They have scored on each of their first 2 drives and are on the move again. Carr in the shotgun, Jadarian Price to his left. 2 receivers right, 1 left side. Carr claps the hands, takes the snap, looks to pass, has time, eyes on the end zone, fire down the middle, wide open man, touchdown Will Pauling. He caught it at the 5 and took it in for his first Notre Dame touchdown. The Irish are 3 for 3, driving down the field and finding house calls. 20-10 Notre Dame on the Pauling touchdown. Second and 12 at the Syracuse 39-yard line. Empty backfield for Filardi. 2 receivers left, 3 pass catchers on his right. By the way, Syracuse missing its top running back, Yasin Willis, today, out with an injury. Here's the snap to Filardi. Notre Dame brings 4. It's intercepted. It's going to go back for a pick 6. The Irish score on the second play of the game. Jalen Stroman, touchdown Notre Dame. Notre Dame pressing on the line, showing pressure. They bring it. Snap to Filardi, throws it out left, and that's intercepted. Leonard Moore down the far sideline. It will be another pick 6. Ridiculous from the Irish defense as Moore, one of the top corners in the nation, has a touchdown. First and 10 at the 45 of Syracuse. Here's the handoff to Love, trying the right side, bouncing through. He's across the 40, inside the 30. See you later. Love to the end zone on his first carry of the day. Touchdown from 45. Third and 3 Irish at the 32. Carr in the gun with Love. It's a handoff to Jay Love. First down and more. Breaking free up the middle. Midfield, 40 of Syracuse. Breakaway speed inside the 20. Jerome Bettis, you've got company. Jay Love joins the buses lane with his 20th total touchdown of the season. Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium. The Irish lead 14-7 after a 7-yard touchdown run from Jadarian Price. And speaking of Irish running backs, Jerome Bettis was just honored as a recent inductee into the Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame on the field, drawing a big ovation from the Fighting Irish faithful. And hey, he was a part of some Notre Dame teams that played A&M at the Cotton Bowl. That's where the matchups used to be in 87, 92, 93, and great to see the bus back in town.
Certainly always great to see Notre Dame royalty back in town. Notre Dame honoring several players in this game. Bettis just the most recent. See what Diametti has for us on this kickoff. Touchback on his first one and went out of bounds on his last one.
Terry Bussey back deep once again for Texas A&M as the Irish kick with 6:30 to play in the opening quarter. Diametti sends it skyward. This time it'll stay in the field of play, and Bussey's going to give it a shot up the middle from the goal line. Bussey angles left, and Notre Dame crushes him inside the 20. They'll give him forward progress at the 20. But it's a short return for Terry Bussey. First and 10 Aggies coming up right in the middle of the field at the 20-yard line.
Well, I mentioned earlier the Aggies 32.5 yards per return on kickoffs. Bussey gets maybe 18 on that one. Notre Dame was one of the best teams a season ago in defending kickoffs. So good to see that continue.
First and 10 Aggies, 20-yard line. Marcel Reed starts in the shotgun with Reuben Owens, the second redshirt sophomore running back, positioned to his right side. Three receivers all split out to the left. They're the top three, Concepcion Craver and Bethel Roman. Reed takes the snap, hands off, it's Owens, and Kinston Viliamu Asa collides with him for a loss of 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 on a TFL from KVA.
He's someone that you got to look for to take a big step forward this year. He was great as a freshman a season ago, big-time recruit from John Bosco High School in California. Sophomore breakout for him would be huge for this defense.
Viliamu Asa, 4 tackles, 1 for loss last week against Miami. He was a standout player for the Irish. Here's a play fake for Reed on 2nd and long. He'll air it out down the left sideline. Leonard Moore, interception for Notre Dame at the 42. The All-American cornerback makes his mark early in this ball game, and the Irish have 2 major plays on the defensive side of the ball, as it was one-on-one coverage with Bethel Roman, and Moore stepped right in front of him.
They were -2 in the turnover margin a week ago against Miami, already essentially +2 with the punt block and now the interception. Moore was quiet against the Hurricanes, which is always a good thing from a shutdown cornerback, but they test him here and it does not work out.
What can the Irish do with it now? 1st and 10 at the Aggie 42. Ball on the near side hash. Jadarian Price, who just scored the touchdown, is in the pistol formation behind Carr. 3 receivers, including Raridan, to the left. Now Price moves to the left hip of Carr, who steps up toward the offensive line, draws Price over to the right side. Raridan now hugs the offensive line. Here's the snap. Carr, handoff to Price, trying to run outside left, and the Aggies bowl him over for a no gainer at the left hash mark. 2nd and 10 coming from the Aggie 42.
Thought maybe Notre Dame would take a shot there. A lot of chaos going on. Didn't go to commercial break after the turnover, the interception. Thought maybe Carr might have pushed the ball downfield there, but elected to keep it on the ground.
Tyreek Chappelle, the redshirt senior nickelback who missed most of last season with injury, made the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 10, still at the 42. Carr in the gun, Price on his left. Carr takes the snap, hands off to Jadarian Price, and he goes stumbling over after a gain of only 1. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 41, as the Aggies are doing much better in bottling up the Irish run game here.
I don't know if somebody got a hand on Price's ankle or if he just slipped, but if he just slipped, he's going to want that one back, because he had a great hole on the right side of that offensive line. Emil Wagner, great block. Gerby Lambert, great block. And that's one Notre Dame's going to want back.
Yeah, it was Scooby Williams who got the hand on his ankle right as he was coming out of the backfield. 3rd and 9, Notre Dame now at the Texas A&M 41. 4:40 to go, first quarter, 14-7 Irish. A&M presses at the line. Here's the snap to Carr from the gun. Handoff to Price. Outside the numbers right. Makes a cut down the sideline. Turns on the Jets and goes out of bounds at the 17. It's a chunk play on the ground for Jadarian Price. 24 yards and a first down in the red zone for the Irish.
I never want to hear anyone say Notre Dame does not run the ball enough again. How about running the ball on 3rd and 9 to the tune of a 23-yard gain? That is a phenomenal job by the Notre Dame offensive line and a great play call by Mike Denbrock.
And great block on the outside by the wide receiver, Jordan Faison. Now 1st and 10 at the Aggies 17. Carr in the gun, Price on his right. CJ takes the snap, fakes to Price, makes a cutback move on a read option, and can only gain position back at the line of scrimmage as the Aggies cut him off in a hurry. No gain, 2nd and 10 with under 4 minutes to go as Cassius Howell made the stop.
Yeah, he deked Howell initially, but Howell quick on his feet there to recover and tackle Carr for a no gain.
2nd and 10, Notre Dame inside the 20-yard line. Ball at the right hash mark on the Aggie 17. 14-7 Notre Dame, 3:25 to go in the first quarter. Carr in the gun, the most recent touchdown scorer, Price on his left. CJ claps his hands a couple of times, now draws Raridan from the slot left into the end of the offensive line. Now Price on the right of Carr. He'll take the snap. Aggies load the box, handoff to Darian Price, carving inside the 15. He'll gain 3 yards and move the ball inside the 15 to the 14-yard line with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 3rd and 7 coming.
Looks like a concerted effort here to keep the ball on the ground. And why wouldn't you after the success they've had? But 3rd and long here, we'll see what they elect to do.
3rd and 7 Irish. Ball right between the hash marks at the 14. It's 14-7 Notre Dame on a blocked punt touchdown and a 7-yard rushing touchdown. Jeremiah Love has checked back in as the Irish running back standing to the right of Carr. 2 pass catchers either side of the formation. Every Aggie defender is inside the 5 right now. I should say between the 5 and the line of scrimmage. Play clock winding down. Carr has to take a timeout himself as he didn't like the look on the other side. And Notre Dame uses its first timeout of the first half.